everybody, it's me, Lainey, and I hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. Today we are doing another OC remodel. Yes, I decided that because I am so stupid and I called it remodeling last time, that the series is just gonna be called remodeling. I also feel pretty stupid because I figured out that my tripod has much more capabilities in height than I realized before. So that's just me being stupid. Anyway, today's remodelees will be Kayla and Livian. Okay, so what I want to do for Kayla is, I don't know, because Kayla is always dressing as a woman, even though he is not. Somebody once said, well, if he's always dressing like a woman, wouldn't that just make him trans? No, because he's not a woman. He just dresses like one because he's forced to. So there's that question. I'm not the most educated in the topic, so don't ask me questions. But I want him to be a bit bigger, because I don't have many bigger, like, guy characters. I don't really know why. I don't have many guy characters, and when I created a lot of them, I wasn't super comfortable drawing guys, so they all just sort of had the same body type, and with this I hope to sort of change up their body type. Anyway, no. What Kayla mostly does is, like, lifting boxes and carrying stuff around. Not an actual performer or anything, but I don't know, he's a strong guy. I don't know if I want his hair to be as long as I made it. Also, the little bunny ears is because his sister Talia wears bunny ears when she performs. So maybe I want, like, just lots of hair in front of the face and be like just a messy, maybe just like super messy hair. I'm not sure. And maybe something similar. Maybe something a bit more structured, and maybe like a bow tie. And because it is a circus, so everybody kind of dresses a little bit wacky. You know, circus life, living that circus life, being a little bit wacky. I do really like girls. What's that kind of Loki? What do you want? Okay, so my cat knocked over everything in my life I cared about. So, there he is in all his Loki, you're ruining my lighting! Now with Livy, I don't want to change her too much, because her outfit is, like, very traditional. Like a while ago when I was, like, I went through some of them royalty, and I thought long and hard about what some of them would wear. I don't really know what to do about the fire people or the you know what, the only people I figured out what to do with these people. And there's a traditional outfit which is like a black turtleneck followed by like a white kimono that reaches the floor. It's just very chill. But I feel like I always draw her like bigger than I wanted to. Like even here she's still very thin, but I want her to be very thin. One strange thing that I always do with these people is, even though everything about them is pretty much white, except for like the turtleneck and also like the ribbon here is like black, they've also got really dark eyebrows. Why? I don't know. I also don't think I drew Alpheus. Yeah, that's good enough. But they have like the really long, beautiful ears, and the way I draw her hair is kind of like how I draw Miu's hair, when it like, the way it goes down, but I'm not sure about that. I do like how it looks, and there's only 2 characters that have this hairstyle, which just happens to be that I draw them both in 2 episodes apart, but no one else has this hairstyle. So there's like that. And one thing that I do have to keep in mind with these this race of people is that, oh, she's not angry, I don't want her to be angry. Her eyebrows make her look angry. I don't want angry. Now I rubbed out her entire eye because I lost my good eraser. Now my real question is, do I want to keep her hairstyle? That's what I've been thinking this entire time. See, I really like how I usually draw her hair. Most of the characters, when I draw their hair is down. They don't have like a specific style that they always wear. And I think that because I have like a couple of other characters that do have a very specific style, and it's very easy to just like only draw them in that, but it is kind of iconic. Maybe I will keep them, you know. And I think I want it to be like thinner than how I usually draw it, because how I usually draw it is like very thick hair. I'm not sure I want it to reach the floor. I also want it to be straighter, because I don't know, I just feel like you wouldn't be super wavy. And one thing that I realized is I should probably be putting like ages next to the names. So Kayla is 15, and then Livy is 16. There we go. Now we're gonna go into doing these digitally, so you can hear my thought process on what colors I'm gonna choose for them, because that is probably the hardest part for Kayla, at least. Livy is pretty much exactly the same, except I've made her eyebrows a bit thicker and her eyes a bit more slanted. That's pretty much it. And also moved and made her hair. But anyway, she's pretty much the same. So digital, let's go. What I was saying before I was rudely interrupted was that this specific race of elf people all have to have really long hair. Their hair grows ridiculously fast and they have to have long hair. Because if they cut their hair short, that means they've either been banished or they're someone you shouldn't trust. It's just a random little piece that like I put in when I was thinking, it's like, I want them all to be like these fantasy beings with long hair. But why would they have long hair, you know? These are just random little questions that like I come up, and they're really like important. Even though I hate when, you know, you have to think too much about certain things. But when you're creating a character that you're going to be drawing a lot, you need to know why a lot of the times. Like, a lot of my characters have wacky coloured hair. Why do they have wacky coloured hair? Because two scientists 50 years ago were messing around and they accidentally got some chemicals into the water source, and everybody who drank the water, their hair started changing colour. And it's even genetic, and it passes down to their children. And the colour is kind of dependent on like your personality or your just general disposition. Some people don't have too crazy of hair. Some people just have bits of their hair that are different colours. The other kinds of people that always have different coloured hair are always witches, because the magic just inside them changes their hair colour to make them more distinguished from humans. But since the humans all had like the hair colour got all crazy from the water, it's harder to distinguish witches from humans. Also, demons usually have some sort of red in their hair. Not always, it depends, but they are more likely to have just different coloured hair. And then there's also like dyeing of hair, but people don't typically dye hair in this wonderful world. A lot of it's natural. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. You know what they are by now. Make sure to press that bell thing that people do. And all that jazz. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, and if it's not Sunday when you're watching this, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you all in my next video. And now let's go back to me trying to explain the backstory of these characters. Whoop! Kayla is actually a boy named Kyle, but they force Kyle to dress up or dress as a woman because of where he works at a circus only for girls. His sister is one of the most sought after performers, like, you know, to watch, because she's just amazing at tightrope. And she said that she would only work there if Kyle could work there, and it's like, well, we can't have a dude working here, guess he's a chick now. And he's like, what? And then he just kind of went along with it, because he's really chill, he doesn't care much about a lot of things. And then we got Livienne, who is the youngest sister of the magnificent, the elves, that's what it is. I couldn't think of the word elf for a moment there, but they're a species of elves, and they're all got white hair, white skin, and like either red or like purple eyes. Albino is another word you could use. They're albino-esque. Anyway, that's them, and they're elves, and they're all just generally beautiful people, but you know, they don't interact much with the people of the world. They have a very warped view of the world. Anybody who's any different, they don't like that. They're just not a great people.